Welcome back to The Charismatic Voice. I recently got to hear Morgan James for the very first time, just a little snippet of her from a patron playlist, and I really liked her voice. So we're going to be checking her out in a live performance today. And what's extra awesome is that she's performing with Postmodern Jukebox, whom I also love, and it gets even better. They're doing a cover of Aerosmith's Dream On. That's just such an incredible song in the first place. A very difficult song also. So I'm so excited what Morgan James is going to do with this. Let's get to it.
Face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn.
Oh, wow. She has like so much depth in her voice. It's so velvety. It has like a darkness to it, but then the air gives it just a teensy bit of shimmer to bring that contrast of dark and bright. And this is really cool already as an arrangement, because normally I would expect that you would hear more brass with Postmodern Jukebox. I love that they have lots of strings in this arrangement, though. Really cool. One of the other things that I'm noticing from finally getting to see Morgan live right now is she's really good about not stacking her air. Meaning some singers will take a breath in and then hold it and then sing, which is no good. She just sings right at the top of her inhale. Also, you don't see her taking in lots of air and not using it up. Some singers will take in a bunch of air for a really tiny phrase and then have essentially unused dead air left over. She sings just right in at the top of her inhale. It's very good. Let's go back and listen to that intro one more time. There was a lot of cool things in there. Okay, also, what an interesting choice to have her walk on stage with, are those cheetah high heels? Whoa, 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 bold choice. Like it.
Face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn.
The other thing that's really fascinating to me is that the strings are mostly doing pizzicato. And they, so meaning they're plucking the strings here, that gives it a much lighter feel. Like if you think of like a cartoon character tiptoeing, there's probably some pizzicato strings in there. So they're plucking their strings here. And then just now they started doing a full bowing on it to give it a lot more oomph in the sound and to give it more build. But that pizzicato feel at the beginning had a lot of fun rhythm in it too. So it felt like it written nicely together with the drum kit. Okay, let's go back just a little bit so you see that. Oh, I love that run up too.
Like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes or where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win.
She's got so much style. She's really deliberate about times when she's putting in little bins or slides off of notes. Very, very deliberate about that. I love the full throaty tone that she has in the bottom. You know, this is definitely a lower voice type. I love the openness down there. It almost has like a huskiness sometimes, but not in a bad way, like in a really good way, especially because when she goes up in her belt, it is really clean. You don't hear any leftover huskiness up there. It just comes together very nicely. I'm really curious where this is going to go.
Lived and learned from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come down to you. Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord take you
That was incredible. One of the reasons this song is so difficult is because of this sustained belt section. It takes endurance and it takes breath control. And we already talked about the way she's not been stacking her breath. So she has a lot of fresh air to just use into this. But wow, I didn't think she was going to be able to continue that last note that long when she just kept holding it and there was no fluctuation in it. She had it strong and there, and you could see her whole body into it. That was great. Really, really, really great. Let's go back and hear it again. Let's go back here. Yeah.
all the things come down to you. Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears.
Wow, already.
Sing with me just for today. Maybe tomorrow
like the LeGrand.
the good Lord take you
Oh my goodness. That is not only her being able to have a nice deep breath with fresh air, it's also just really good closure in her vocal folds. I don't hear a lot of extra air escaping. You hear extra air sometimes and like a little more airiness in the tone. She's got a really clean tone here. She did do a little growl at one point. Growls tend to have a little more air escape in them, usually depending on how you do it. And she did just as like a little effect that was really fun. But wow, the cleanliness of her tone there meant that she had just so much vocal cord efficiency, which equals breath efficiency, in addition to just a really good breathing technique in the first place. It's very exciting. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. We can't go on for the moment because this guy on the cello, he was playing his cello like it was a guitar for a moment. It kind of sounded like a guitar, like a jazz guitar. I was like, wait a second, isn't that a cello? What is he? It was really, really fun to listen to. The styling to me really sounded like a jazz guitar solo. Let's go back and catch it just a little bit more and then we'll keep going. this is, okay. The other thing that's blowing my mind with her breath control is that she's a little person. It takes a lot more effort for somebody who's really, really little to have that much breath capacity. She's got good breath capacity and that amazing efficiency, but you can really tell how she's into it with her whole body. So she's using that whole body to try and make it so the breath doesn't just like escape on the chords. She's keeping her whole breath down low in her body. And I love how much she's into this. I love seeing the hands up and all of this. It helps to use your hands when you're recording. I don't know if you guys know that, but it really significantly helps. And you see her doing this and using that to help power her amazing, powerful sound and her powerful breath. In no world did I think that she was going to go up into her head voice like that. Oh, wow. I mean, I know that they jumped the octave in Aerosmith's version too, but that was so cool. The way she went up there, it didn't sound like she was going for a pretty sound. It sounded like she was going for one that was a little more. It was pretty, but it was also like a little bit of like a primal scream in some way. I loved the expression of going up there. That choice was brilliant. Brilliant. What a way to heighten that song and bring it to the next level. I was feeling like, especially when she went higher in her belt, I was like, she's just going to sustain this till the end. Probably you can't really go much higher than that. And her high belt is really good. But when she flipped into her head voice, whoa, way to level up. Oh, she killed that. Whew. Okay, we're gonna listen to it again. We're going to listen to it one more time. I love the different slide choices she's making off of this top as well. Whoa. It's super creative, but it feels so natural at the same time. It feels like she's just expressing the emotion. This reminds me a little bit of Disturbed, actually. The way it's just like, and it's so different at the same time. What a fascinating way to just let that emotion loose. Obviously, tons of training. But whoa, okay, one more time. Such a clean tone.
Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me, if just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
love the way she pulled her tone back in this last part and went for the more airy side. It had, a lot of times airy can be associated with more vulnerability in a tone. Because when it's stronger, it tends to be a little more condensed, essentially. Not always, but often. And she really did a great job of giving this feeling. I don't think she was necessarily manufacturing that. I think that was a natural thing that came about as she thought about, I want to present this with this additional feeling. I felt like the emotions were starting to just overflow, and you heard them in the voice. And the natural instinct there is to open up and let a little more breathiness into the tone, maybe get a little closer to the mic and sing it a little softer. Was super effective. She's incredible. And this arrangement is amazing too. I love whoever wrote the string arrangement in particular. The string parts were fascinating to hear in this. I wouldn't have expected it with all the different ways you could go. I loved the strings in there. Really, really loved them, especially the guy that had his cello / jazz guitar solo. That was really fun. Thank you, dude, whoever you are. And Morgan James, oh my goodness. Her voice has so many different possibilities. I love that lower tone quality. When she went high, I was blown away. And also, I was really blown away by the breath control and her stamina. She didn't sound like she ever was struggling to continue. She just was really strong the whole time. Wow. That is one fantastic vocalist. And of course, all of the artists here are just amazing. So thank you so much to the patrons that really helped introduce me to Morgan James. Thank you to all of you that also recommended this when we last did a PMJ reaction. And please keep making those recommendations down below in the YouTube comments. We count those. We keep track of them, so we are listening to you. And come and join me on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m. Arizona time if you want to catch the live chat during premieres. You can also find me on Patreon. And if you want to learn more about singing, check out my online course on thecharismaticvoice.com. I'll see you somewhere else soon. Thanks.